Everybody up front. Look at all this salt that's in.
All right, now they're working for the last 5 minutes.
We deal with this one ordinance about accepting the grant.
Yeah, Barb is with the air.
No, and we actually have somebody watching.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, I'm not sure. I'm sorry. I did not catch what was going on there.
So how do we proceed now?
We're waiting for Barb.
We have one ordinance to vote on, and that is to authorize NOPEC to accept the grants this year from NOPEC.
You know we need an ordinance.
Yeah, we do.
So we didn't have enough people to pass. Oh, I'm sorry.
Also, is there a motion about the solicitation?
Where do you want to start?
Pick one.
Anybody have any questions about the NOPEC grant?
No.
Okay, this is the third reading of ordinance 914-26, and ordinance authorizing all actions necessary to accept Northeast Ohio Public Utility, Public Energy Council, NOPEC 2026 energizing energy ordinance. Is there a motion to waive the second and third reading?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Is there a motion to adopt ordinance 914-26 as an emergency?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? See, you got her. Like I voted in the county, but I did say that you said yes. Talked to everybody here, so probably there.
Now that we've passed the legislation, can we also have a motion authorizing the mayor to sign off on the NOPEC agreement?
So,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Sign that one, please.
Is there a motion to direct fiscal officer to issue the solicitation?
Make a motion that Gary approve the solicitor.
Second.
Solicitation act.
Permit.
Perfect. Yes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
And the one permit we have issued, that guy's permit expires February 28th. So it's coming up on the end of it. And
So
that
you
is,
pay another $50.
right, and that's published on our website. So all residents can see it as well as council members.
Did you add information to have them park here at the village instead of on the streets?
I did not, but I know I have to do that.
I also forgot at the meeting that I have business cards for the pressure washing company that's down Luke Brock's son, or I mean, not Luke, Luke Lemon's son. I have some business cards. He does pressure washing, sidewalks, driveways. He did some work for Al Robbins. I think Al was happy. He does houses.
You didn't know.
Oh yeah, he did our building. Yeah, so I've got his cards if anybody wants some.
I'll take one just to hang on.
Yeah.
I'll take one too.
I have his number.
I'll take one, too.
That's always
Also got some coupons here for him, so little young entrepreneur. Not young, but.
Does anybody have any other new business left?
Just my stuff, I guess.
Go ahead.
All right, so we did approve the NOPEC stuff, the grant for that, and they did give us $500 for the 4th of July parade again too. There's a new representative from NOPEC, and I'm not going to get this name right. I don't care how many years I talk. Her first name is Andrea, and her last name is Wlaszyn.
WLAS?
Lazen,
Lossing,
Lazen,
Lossing.
WLASZIN. So she's our new rep.
Sorry.
Yeah, so,
Maybe she could come and introduce herself.
I'll send her an email and say, come on in and introduce yourself and give us an update. And along that line, there was, I did get an email from NOPEC that there was a settlement, which I know that this has been in the news, but it was sent to me, so I'll share it. But the House Bill 6 settlement with the whole First Energy fraud, all that information, all that stuff that happened. So residents should see about $65.61 in credit on their electric bill for 3 consecutive months as part of the settlement with First Energy. So, and there's other stuff that goes along with that, $20 million in support for low-income assistance, weatherization and energy efficiency programs for vulnerable residents. So that was that information. NOPEC was played an integral part in getting that settlement through. So with the PUCL, so that came through, and the voting paperwork for the May 5th election has been submitted. I got myself down as the contact person, and we want to put you down as a secondary. The cold water is not working in this faucet. The hot water is, but not the cold water, so I think it's just the hose that connects the water supply to the sink, to the faucet. So I'm gonna try to replace that first and clean out the filter. Well, it's not frozen because I came in and turned the heat up with all that cold weather to keep that from happening. But several years ago, the spigot in the janitor's room quit working, wasn't getting any water. And then I replaced that and it was all calcified up. So I'll check the cold water line first. Okay, the lights at Bungalow Bay, the floodlights, were not working. And I got an email from First Energy saying, what do you want us to do with these 2 floodlights? Because they had asked if we wanted to take them out of the pole in the middle of Bungalow Bay Park and put them on 2 poles, 2 streetlight poles, at no expense to the village. They were going to relocate these lights. And they said, nope, please light it in the middle. The residents don't want more light right in front of their house. And they moved them anyways. I got a call from Alan that he was up there, and I had not made it up there yet, but he did say that it doesn't look too bad. It's not throwing too much extra light on those residents' houses. So, Binninger's house was, they put one right on that pole, and I don't know the people on the corner, but they're kind of like showing a couple times a year.
Roll calls.
Low cost, so they put one there too. So
Actually, it shines away from their house.
Yeah. Shines into the park, but it was nice having them there because it really illuminated the shuffleboard, thank you. I was gonna call it hockey puck way, but it illuminates that good, but
It still does
it
that.
still does, so it's pretty bright. And last but not least, we did get the Arlo account set up for the security cameras to view the cameras up at Bungalow Bay online instead of pulling that thumb drive out of a resident's house to view any kind of, I pulled it out after somebody decided to go on a joyride around the village and parks and stuff. I pulled it out, I looked at it, nothing showed up because it was too far away from the source. So, we did set up an account. I have not tried to access it yet to view it, so I'll do that. Take a look at
And all the councilmen see that if they want to.
that. I think so. We should be able to, but that would, I would probably have to go in and create like a new login and password because currently uses my Gmail login and password.
By the way, Lafayette Township has cameras that all of the trustees can access. And it tells the main person how many times each person has accessed it. So if we were all to access it, it might have a record of how many times we access the cameras.
Well, I don't.
It was
I don't
very
know that-
interesting, the
I don't
Lafayette
know that we
Township
can do
did.
that with the Arlo cameras.
Yeah,
I think they have access and they'll
I just need to probably go back into the account and create like a new Gmail account for it and a new password, because it's just my regular Gmail account and password right now.
With the Arlos, you can normally like share to users. Like our Arlos at home, Matt has them set up and he has me invited as like a shared user, kind of like we did with the thermostat
Right,
stuff.
I just have to go on,
Yeah,
because I have them at my house, but I'm the only one that uses it, so, I mean, it's. but
Right.
it's a different email and password for my account, so.
I think you can like create a link for
You know what?
somebody to have their own account.
I
on
leave
an
that for
access.
Everybody, so we can access these thermostats.
I use that.
and-
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you're going
I know. I'm sorry. I'm the only
She
one that's
also
using the
uses
TV.
building, right, so.
Yeah, that's
I
true. I'm
have
using the
no
building
idea.
more than others.
Access to the cameras in the building here, too.
No, because that's on a hard drive,
Well, that's hardware.
it's hardwired,
Oh,
so.
you know, it's a slow.
But I did
setup.
find out though, through that whole, the one battery on the camera up there is dead, so, supposed to be one tomorrow, man, and we'll replace the battery. So,
Speaking of cameras, you're gonna look into that new tech grant, possibly a camera for, you were looking into credit for our Congress stuff. But you had ideas.
we just, it's the same thing, though, we would have to get,
You wanted something.
I mean, somebody said something about getting a Wi-Fi booster for here so that we have it, but if it's an Arlo camera, we go with the Arlo cameras like that we have up there, we would have to get a whole system with a base station in here, because it wouldn't connect with these cameras. And we can't put a hardwired camera out there because we have to run conduit, and
So who handles the Wi-Fi? I don't do it, but
Well,
I'm sorry.
It's OmniFiber, isn't it?
OmniFiber, okay. Maybe get them out and see if they even have some booster. I mean, that's pretty far. I don't know if it exists.
I don't know how a booster works, so. I mean, I
It
know
amplifies
how-
your Wi-Fi signal,
Yeah.
so it goes out farther. How it actually works, I don't know. I just know what it does.
Yeah, I don't know how far that would reach though,
Yeah, well, that's not thing, right?
because I know for the cameras themselves have to be within a certain number of feet of, if we go with an Arlo, they have to be within a certain number of feet of the base station. And you're cutting it close up to phone to obey with the person who allows us to use the Wi-Fi. He has like mega Wi-Fi system, mega.
I think it goes all the way to Florida.
Within a certain number of feet of,
Pretty far.
what's that?
I said, I think it goes all the way to Florida for him.
Maybe, so. But, all right, so we can look into that, but I have a feeling that the trail cam and cellular service would probably be our best.
Yeah. Okay.
That's all I have, I think.
Anybody else got anything?
I don't know if this is new business or not. It's questions, kind of. A couple years ago, when we were decreasing our budget, we had decreased the sheriff's hours.
Decreased whose hours?
The sheriff's hours.
I added them back in.
Huh?
I added them back in
You added them back in.
this year's budget. 2026 budget, I put the monies back in.
Okay, so We reduced hours from 100 hours each month and 120 in the summer months down to 80 hours in the winter and 100 hours in the summer. Deputy Harhay had asked me this evening about bumping their hours back up. So is that in the budget where that would be doable? But
money's-
we've increased their pay as well. So I guess we would need to crunch some numbers and make sure that we do have the finances for that.
So we're going back to the hours from 2023?
I believe so, yes. Because I know that's when we had reduced them because we all needed to be mindful of what we were spending for our carryover to the next year.
Right.
So I'm interested if our carryover if we're in a better place where we could do that, because I know there was at least one resident who was very, very upset that we cut budget for the sheriff's department and security.
I'll see if what I put in the new budget, the 2026 budget, if it's covered. I
Okay,
think it will be, but I'll verify it.
Thank you.
Resident upset, by the way, isn't that big a deal compared to how many more hours you get.
That's true. I understand that.
That's just one that we know of though.
That is the one that voices.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Are we looking to fill the assistant position, the zoning assistant that Matt had?
No.
No, that's not something.
We haven't.
It might not be a bad idea, just, get somebody, kind of.
I guess my response to you would be, let me figure this out.
Okay. Take it from there, yeah. I just thought it's like a backup, a
Well,
couple of years from
well,
now, if you decide you don't want to do it, we would have somebody.
Yeah, I understand where you're going, but it's gonna be a different animal doing the job versus trying to oversee the job as a council person.
Plus, he's local versus having, a zoning inspector that was off-site.
But we're always looking for a second one.
Yeah, well, that's.
Because at any given moment, you never know when your zoning inspector's gonna go to serve.
Right.
That's kind of,
You never know.
that's kind of dire.
That's encouraging.
It happens.
It's a job.
I push him
So
over the
everybody
edge.
always keep one eye open for possible zoning.
Yeah,
Poor guy.
I just thought, wanted to find that out. It's nothing right now, we'll keep our
Yeah,
eyes on this.
I plan to be completely open and
Transparent.
communicate with you guys.
Yeah,
Okay, especially Wesley, but all of you. The more you understand zoning and the subtleties of it, the better decisions collectively the council will make. Because it's not gonna be something that Bud does all by himself over there in that corner. Hell, I don't have a clue what he's doing. I'm gonna share as much information as I can with all of you.
great, I have faith in you.
And one of the things that, I don't know how aware you guys are of this, but for the last, how many zoning inspectors, Keith used to be big on this, about talking about how some of our rules and regulations in the zoning book are outdated.
Well, you did some work on that, didn't you, going back?
We've
when
had
you were
people do
zoning?
work on that. but
I
it's
just
never
gave
gotten
Bud
us very
something
far.
to look over,
Yeah.
yeah. Actually, Andy Weimer wants to be involved if we start combing through the zoning book, and I think Mark Reuter does as well.
Okay.
So I had talked about it, I brought it up.
How long do you want me to stay?
Okay, now we know what to do to get rid of Bud if we have to.
You got a couple people.
Both very good free resources, I might add.
No, they are. And
Mark Reuter is, I don't know about Andy, but I know Mark is, just from his,
And
And I-
Andy's a
you
really
know,
good
I have
resource.
told Mark to his face, I said, you're the one guy walking around on two legs that can crawl under my skin in a beat. I said, but what I will tell you is, I always appreciate your candor and you know what you speak.
usually, he probably knows the Briarwood sewers and roads better than anybody.
No,
And, you know, all kidding aside, I get along fine with Mark.
no, I don't.
We just, can be very blunt with each other.
That's good because he's volunteering right now to be your assistant. Literally.
But
No, is he
He's
missing
volunteering
messaging?
right now to be your assistant.
No kidding. Oh my gosh. Still laugh.
I'll tell you, the zoning book was passed in 1982, and before that, it was like a few sheets. And,
There was one sheet in Chippewa Lake,
yeah,
and I don't know what Robert had.
and the reason that you had the zoning book passed is because Judge Whitfield said that he would put the village under the control of a receiver if you don't reform your zoning ordinance. So, got a whole new book, and, it's been patchwork since then.
Then when we merged the village, they had the two zoning boards together.
Yeah, but one zoning book code.
Right.
Yeah.
And that one, there was a little mixes up, not a lot, but a little mix up here and there on that one too.
So be aware of this, we currently have older, and oldest at the top of the heap. So you would be well-minded to kind of make this a task. Because those two birds sitting right there next to themselves have been here since dirt.
He's talking about you guys over here.
And when they go,
Retire, he means.
all
No,
those.
when we go.
No,
You guys got
really,
it out.
it's trapped. And known where all the bodies are buried.
Right.
So it's a lot more complex than just what's on paper.
Yeah, I think he's referring to the zoning code.
I am.
Yep.
It wouldn't hurt to fix the zoning code. I mean,
No, it's
No.
for
probably
years I
time
listened
to.
to, Keith used to always be complaining about the size of the sewers.
Yeah.
But how come they're this big when going down the road, the culverts or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
And we even hired a guy one year, I can't remember the guy's name, from Worcester, or Wadsworth, and he was gonna fix this, that was his job, is to update that zoning book and make it right. He never did it either. Locker was supposed to do it, everybody was supposed to do it.
It's very complex. It is far more complex than on first blush.
I imagine it is, because you gotta read the whole book and figure out.
It's interesting that there are communities as close as Wayne County where they have no zoning.
no,
They have building codes, so you get your foundations and everything, but no zoning at all.
Anywhere?
There's no zoning.
You know, thought it was interesting. I just drove to Florida and drove my mom down, and I'm shocked I said there must be absolutely no zoning in some of these areas. There were multiple, motorhomes and campers and mobile homes and a house all on one lot, and it was a lot.
So I saw this big beautiful house.
Right next to a big, beautiful house,
Right.
yes, Is that what you were gonna say?
Yeah, and then the shack next to it.
Well, a
Yeah,
lot of people think zoning is unconstitutional, restricting people's liberty and use of their property.
And they think that around here when they can't do what they want.
Exactly.
there was just something in the news up in Lorraine because people were getting tickets for parking in their yard. Like, I pay my taxes, I pay my property taxes, why can't I do what I want with my yard? And it was big controversy.
We have that here.
Yeah.
several years ago on Facebook, somebody said, well, when I bought my house, I didn't sign a contract to mow my grass.
Okay.
Yeah, but you know the
Bought a
rules.
house in a zoned community. No, people don't, people buy a
It
house.
doesn't
and-
matter, it's,
Yeah.
when you buy the house, you're buying that.
That's right,
That's why some people love homeowners associations, some
Right.
people hate it.
right.
Well, sometimes it goes.
Right. But you're not gonna have a flipped over tractor in your side yard.
Falling down the barn.
I look forward to the opportunity. I missed all you guys.
It's gonna be fun.
You're only gone a month.
I know,
You already
but
got,
I missed you just a second.
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
That's my job.
Oh,
Sorry, you got here late. You got here late and kept us another 30 minutes. We were done, so.
all in favor.
I
Here's these cards if anybody wants to use. And I forgot to bring those green